Hello, everyone, and welcome to the fourth episode of the Icebreakers podcast. I'm your blacksmith, and I'm here with Reaper. Say hi.
Hello, I'm Rupert, and we're joined by AG once again. AG, say hi.
Yo, what's up?
Alright, first thing we're going to start off with today is Blacksmith. You wanted to talk about your surgery on the podcast?
Yeah.
You're all good, right?
Yeah, I'm all good.
Recovery's going smooth?
Yeah, it's going great. So I was having some toe pain, and I'd had pains in my toe before, specifically like my toenail, and it was just like whatever, soak it in a bath, it was fine. But then it started really hurting, and then we did everything we could for it, and we said if it's not better by the morning, we'll maybe get it looked at or something. And it was just as bad, if not worse. I couldn't hardly stand on it. It hurt really bad. And my mom was suggesting that I go to work anyway. She was like, when I was in high school and my foot was hurting or whatever, I just went to work anyway. And I'm like, yeah, but my entire job is walking. I walk 15,000 steps. I'm not about to walk 15,000 steps with this bad of foot pain. So I went back to sleep while I called into work that I couldn't come in, and then I went back to sleep while she set up a doctor's appointment. And then I woke up to her saying they can get us in right now, but you have to get up and get ready. So we wrapped it all up in a bandage and medicine, and then we headed out the door, drove like an hour to get there, and I was like really nervous because I was hoping all they were going to be like, oh yeah, it should go away or something like that. And then we get into the doctor's office, and she takes a look at it, and she says that it's definitely ingrown, and that what they're going to do is there's two forms of the procedure that they're going to do. There's one with acid, and there's one without acid. Without acid is basically they take out the portion of the toenail that's ingrown into my foot, or ingrown into my toe, and then they just leave it, or they don't leave it. I mean, I heal up, and then everything goes fine. And then they see how long it takes to come back, if it does. If it comes back in like a few months or something, then they're gonna do the acid, which is most likely gonna make it permanent. It basically like burns off that part, so then the toenail never grows back, or most likely doesn't. It has a small chance to. But for now, they're not going to do that, because if it comes back in like 2 or 3 years, then they don't need to do that, which I was like, do it anyway, because I don't want this to come back in 2 or 3 years, but whatever. So yeah, I got just the regular, and yeah, this was all out of nowhere. I was just like, I hope I don't have the procedure, and they're like, yeah, we're going to have to do this. And so I was super nervous. They get me all numbed up on my toe. My toe swelled up the size of an eggplant. It was nasty. It wasn't all purple. It was still all white.
Jesus.
But it was super swollen because of all the numbing medicine they put in. And then she kept she was holding it. And I could see there was one utensil she was using to get at my skin with before she cut the nail. And I could hear, when someone lands on their foot wrong, and you can hear the bones break, and that makes you cringe.
Like the crack?
Yeah. Normally that doesn't affect me on when other people's bones break, but when I could hear my own toenail going like crunch, crunch, oh my gosh, I was so nervous. I was so freaking out. Which, I mean, it was fine. I didn't feel anything except her moving my toe around. That's all I could feel. But it felt, or my brain thought it was going to hurt so bad, and I was so glad it didn't. But yeah, after that, she wraps up my toe real tight. I got pictures of the toenail. She basically, she took out the portion of the nail, and it's this big old chunk. It kind of looks like if you were to cut your pinky nail in fourths, or not even fourths, halves, and you were to take that half, the right half, that's how big it was. It was a little longer than that, but it was about as wide as that. And she took the forceps, the tiny little scissors, and grabbed just on the edge and said, that's how much was actually showing. All the rest that you can see now was actually in your foot. So I had a lot of the toenail growing into my toe, and it was that she's like, and this jagged part, every time you'd step, it would go down, and that's what was stabbing you. And I was so relieved. And
That
I was
that sucks.
yeah, I was in no pain anymore, and she wrapped it up, and I could feel like pressure, and it was kind of like a radiating pain. It wasn't that bad. It was very minor. And she was like, I was like, is it okay that I'm feeling this pain? She's like, oh yeah, that's fine. And after that, like literally the second I left her room, I went to go see my dad, who was in the waiting room, and I was like, oh yeah, it's all fine. It's starting to hurt a little bit though, and it just got worse and worse. The pain was so bad. I was literally they went to the pharmacy to pick up something for me, and while I was sitting outside, I was literally like rocking back and forth in my chair. I was like messing with my Rubik's Cube, messing with my hands because it hurt so bad, and I couldn't walk on it very fast because the
To
toe.
distract yourself.
Huh?
Yeah. To distract yourself from it.
No, well, yeah, I was doing anything to distract myself, but I thought she said it wouldn't hurt for an hour, and that's when the pain reliever wouldn't wear off. She said, but what she actually said is the reason it's gonna hurt is because she's putting so much pressure on it, and eventually, like real quick, the numbing medicine will go away. Also, the procedure, she put the medicine in my toe to like swell it up and make it numb, and that took like, I think she said like 10 minutes to actually take full effect. And then once she actually got in and like got all her utensils ready and started working on my foot, literally like 1 or 2 minutes later we were out of there. I was so thankful that it didn't take long.
Wow.
But it literally took longer me walking out of the hospital, which literally is like 100 feet at most. It took me longer walking out than it took the procedure, because I had to like slowly walk, and I had to walk. I couldn't shuffle because me shuffling would like push the skin on the bottom of my foot too hard. It would make my big toe curl and like would hurt my toe. I couldn't move it at all. It was hurting so bad, and I was sitting in the car writhing in pain. I was like, this is so bad. I was like knocking on the window. I was doing everything with my hands. I looked like I was insane or on drugs or something because it just hurt so bad. But then we got home. By the time we got home, we lived like 45 minutes away from the hospital. Ugh. And we had to make we had to do a side thing before we got home. So by the time we got home, I was able to unwrap it a little bit. Or she said I could take the wrapping off and then put it back on just less tight. And I had already done that in the car at like the 1 hour mark, but it still really hurt. But I didn't take it all the way off. And the reason I didn't is because I didn't want it to like fall off, because it was like she basically just covered it like a bandage in gauze, or covered it like a tent in gauze, and then just wrapped it from the second she started the bandage, wrapped it super tight. So I went all the way to the end of the bandage. The second it went to the end, instant relief. It didn't hurt that bad. It still hurt a little bit, but it wasn't near as bad. And then I just like lightly wrapped it again. It was so much better than on. And I just laid there, and now I've actually taken the gauze and whole thing completely off, and I took a shower, and then after my shower I washed my foot separately, and I soaked it in a bath after that, and now I have a bandage with some triple antibiotic on it. But yeah, out of nowhere, ingrown toenail surgery. I guess it wasn't really. I don't know if you'd consider it surgery. It was definitely a procedure, but they didn't put me under or anything. I don't know what you'd call it, but it was definitely a procedure.
Anesthesia? They didn't put you in any anesthesia to make you go to sleep or anything like that?
Nah. The most they said is I might like go lightheaded, or I don't think they said there was a risk of fainting, but basically because I hadn't eaten that much that morning, like hardly at all, she said sometimes the numbing medicine can make you go lightheaded, but I didn't even get that. I think if I got lightheaded, it was just because I was making myself so nervous.
I could relate to you so much, because the same thing happened to me this summer, but except it was with my knee, right? So I was playing soccer with my friends outside, and it was just a normal summer day. It was hot, and we were just playing soccer. We were playing soccer for like 2 hours, and then I kicked the ball with my right leg, and I didn't feel it, but like I swear I heard a pop in my knee, right?
Yeah.
And like after like my foot hit the ground, it instantly started hurting like crazy. And so I was screaming to my friends like to pick me up, and they brung me home, right? They told my mom what happened, right? So basically I went to the ER. Well, actually no, not the ER. It was the emergency center, right?
The ER is the emergency room. ER is the emergency room.
Yeah, right. So I went there, right? And they didn't know what happened, so they wanted to get an X-ray. And so once they X-rayed it, it took like an hour or two, right? And we were just waiting there. And when they came back, they said that I tore my tendon in my right leg, in my right knee. It was like right under, like it. Thank God it wasn't the knee. It was like right under the knee, and it was just like one of those muscles. It was like a big portion of my muscle too. Like it just like it got ripped apart from it, and it
Yeah,
just like I had to wrap it up after that, and
I
it took like a month to
yeah.
recover
I
from that.
almost had to do a surgery because like so I started having headaches usually around the nighttime, and it wasn't anything bad at first, and then they started progressively getting worse, and I was like, alright, this is bad, but we're not gonna go anywhere with this yet because we don't know what it is. And then one night I just had the worst headache I possibly could have had. Like it was so bad. I had to go to the ER. I was in pain the whole way there. I got a they told me to come back the next day, I think, because we had checked in with the nurses. They told us to come back the next day to get an MRI scan. So I went to get an MRI scan, and I have I have like a cyst in my brain. So like they said they might have to like remove that from there, but they haven't done it yet. I've gotten 2 MRI scans since, and I'm just waiting to see what's gonna have to happen.
Dang, that's
Mm,
scary.
that sucks. That's like really scary.
Cause
Just thinking about the fact that it could be anything.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
they said it's not like a tumor or anything. It's just like a cyst
Well, that's
that's
good.
in my brain.
That's good.
They might have to remove. It's like around like the bottom left side of my head.
Mm.
But
Yeah,
yeah, I had a similar.
that's why I get headaches a lot.
I had a similar like running injury. I was it was right after church, and I had these like dress shoes on, so they kind of had like a little bit of a like a long sole to them, or like a high sole. So I was running to my friend's house,
Mm-hmm.
and I was running along the like, I don't know if I was at her backyard yet, but I was at that like fence. Like there were multiple fence lines connected, so I don't know if it was her backyard necessarily. And I stepped on my foot, I basically, instead of landing flat on my foot, I landed flat on the side of my foot. And
Oh, so like when you landed on your foot, it was crooked.
yeah, it was like sideways, like straight 90 degrees. And
Oh,
I don't know
I hate
how
when that
bad
happens.
I don't know how bad it hurt necessarily, but when I did that, I just fell to the ground. I like tripped, and I was like, "Oh, that's weird. Ow." And then I tried to stand back up and could not get on back on my foot. So then I literally crawled to her house, and then eventually I crawled back home. And you know what the worst part was? She wasn't home.
What was the worst part?
She wasn't at home. It was like her grandma's
Oh
house.
my
She was only there like every other day or something. She was only there on scheduled days basically, and she wasn't there that day. So I had to get told that she wasn't home. Probably while I was on the ground. I have no idea. So her grandma probably thought I was acting like an idiot. And then so I crawled back home, and I don't know what I was doing. I think I was like laying down, and my mom asked what happened. I was like, "Oh yeah, I landed on my foot, and it just like really hurts." And we ended up getting getting an X-ray, and I had tendonitis. So I don't know if I fully tore, but I like almost tore my tendons in my foot. So it like hurt really bad to stand on, and I had to get like this. I never got a cast. I've never had a cast on anything. I've never broken anything, but it really hurt. And they put me in a boot, and I had to go through that, and it was so awful. And I'm trying to remember. So yeah, what I would do is I would be like mad at myself. I'd be like, this is so ridiculous. I don't have to have this boot. And I would try to like walk without it, and I would just like not be able to. And I was like, it was
Like
so
feeling
dumb.
just like unbearable pain.
Yeah, it was just so bad. And
Yeah.
eventually it just got fixed. But yeah, I had to like go to school doing that. That wasn't over the summer or nothing.
That must have sucked so much.
Yeah, but
Cause imagine like, did it like hurt a lot to like move your foot?
I can't really remember now. This is a long time ago, but it. See, I was in junior high. No, I was in middle school, so I was in 5th or 6th grade. It didn't hurt that bad, I don't think, to move my foot. It was mostly putting a lot of pressure on it.
Uh,
But yeah, it was.
at least you didn't like fully tore it though.
Yeah, no, I don't think I fully tore it. I think I just like hurt it, but it was unbearable, dude, to walk on. But I mean, I recovered, so I'm fully. I mean, that was actually my right foot, and now my right foot is the one with the snubbed up toe, or whatever. So, but
That's unlucky.
yeah,
That's unlucky that both of those things had to happen to the same foot.
yeah.
Yeah.
That sucks.
I have two things. I have a couple of things to say. One, blacksmith, check your DMs, and two, I think we should move on to a different topic for a little bit.
Yeah.
Because we kind of, not trying to be rude or anything, but we're kind of getting into the sab story.
Before we move the topic, I as a child I've always played soccer. Played soccer since I was 5. I'm 12 right now. Still in a soccer league. So ever since I've been a child, ever since I got into soccer, I've always gotten hurt. Whether it's like I hurt my knee, I popped it, I'm on the ground, my ankle, like I've gotten hurt everywhere, right? Anywhere, possibly on the legs, right? And every time I get hurt, I always feel like I broke something, right? But whenever I go to the doctor's office or like the hospital, because some of those were actually really bad, like my knee on my left knee, which was because so basically what happened was I was about to score a goal, right? But the defender, he slid, and I landed on my ankle, and I just landed horribly, like it was crooked. And so I went to the hospital for that. I had to get a cast. But basically what I'm trying to say is like the point I'm making is like no matter how many times I've gotten hurt, I've never broken something.
Yeah, that's good.
Like I've always like tore it and stuff. Yeah.
Well, now that
I'm
we've
lucky
talked
to
about
not
all
have
of
that
our
pain.
Yeah.
now that we talked about all our energies, let's get back to gaming. Have y'all heard about the new?
Alright, so recently,
Have y'all heard about the new
What?
Nintendo remakes coming out? I guess they're not really remakes; they're just ports.
Yeah.
Nintendo.
what Nintendo remakes?
So Mario 64. They've been wanting a Mario 64 like port to a different console for a while, and they did it for the Wii, but I don't think they did it for really any other system. So they put there's an old game called Mario All Stars, and I have the 2 versions of Mario All Stars they released, which were on. Actually, I have 3. There's yeah, 2. There's one on Nintendo, the Super Nintendo, and that has all like the games, all the Mario 2D games that were released at the time, plus the one that was like just released, which is Super Mario World. But I also have the Wii version, which is basically the exact same game, except for some reason it doesn't have Mario or Super Mario World in it. I don't know why. It's really dumb, but it doesn't have that one in it, and it pisses me off because that's one of my favorite ones. It's one of the ones I'm best at of the 2D Mario games. But then now they made the Mario 3D All Stars, and it's the Mario 3D games. I don't know all the games that are on it, but it's on the Nintendo Switch, and I know it's Super Mario Galaxy, which I want to know how that works. Because like you got to move a pointer around the screen to collect starites, or I guess you don't have to, but it's a good way to do it. You're gonna get a lot less if you don't. Plus, there's like a 2-player mode, or there used to be. And then they've also got Mario Sunshine, which I've got the original version of that, and Mario 64, which now I have 2 versions of that. So I'm not gonna get it probably, but I thought it was really cool because they've been wanting one, and it's like on the Nintendo 64. but it's like a new patched version of it, so you can't do BLJs, which is a very big speedrunning trick. So the only way, or the like lowest star speedrun, because Mario 64 default you need 70 stars to beat, but if you use glitches, you can beat in the main categories. You can do all the way down to 16 star speedruns, or some people do 1/0 star speedruns. Because sometimes if you don't go fast enough doing one glitch,
Wow.
you have to collect 1 star. But if you do fast enough that one glitch, you can collect 0 stars and beat the whole game. But I was watching one streamer, Simply. He's like the world record holder for the 120 star, which is all the stars in the game. I think it's like 120 or something like that. Interestingly enough, I think the time's 120. But he said he can't wait for them to find new glitches for this. There aren't all the glitches. Like, you can still do the classic like bomb clip and stuff like that. And there are some glitches that he tried, or at least he tried one glitch in the first stage that normally if you do it in a regular game it would crash your game. But I guess because of the Nintendo Switch's memory or something like that, it doesn't crash your game anymore. So that means more glitches are going to be possible, and they're going to be able to widen up their aspects is what I'm gonna say. They're gonna widen up their like reach of what glitches they can do, because it has more internal memory, I guess. But he said that because of the way the internal memory of the Nintendo Switch works, or like the coding, or I have no idea how he's put it, but because of that, he said most likely they'll be able to find a wrong warp. Which, if you don't know what a wrong warp is, that's basically like, say you in Mario 64 you jump into paintings. So like right this one I'm at, if I jump into it, I go to Lethal Lava Land. But in certain games, like Ocarina of Time is a huge one. Basically, you can affect the variables in the game to where once you activate the loading zone, then it takes you to the wrong place. It warps you to the wrong place. And that's why it's called wrong warp. And he said he can't wait till someone's able to like wrong warp to the last stage in the game or something. And I'm like, that's gonna be huge for speedrunning. It's gonna change the like 0 star speedrun, because the 0 star speedrun I'm pretty sure is like 2 or 3 minutes or something. It's real low, but it's gonna get a lot lower if they're able to find a wrong warp.
Yeah, if they like, depending on the wrong warp, it could go down to like a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Depending on how good it is.
Yeah.
I mean, it would also have to depend on the wrong warp, because if it just teleported you to Bowser in the Sky's stage, then it'll probably be like a minute 30 or something, because you have to go through the whole stage and then kill Bowser. But if there's a way to wrong warp you into the final Bowser fight, oh my gosh, you can kill him in like 30 seconds or something. I have no idea. Some people are able to do it fast. Also, they changed the controls, so instead of like I'm pressing left stick or left on the C, which is making my camera move right, but on the Nintendo Switch, left moves your camera left. It's like the controls, or the camera controls, are inverted, so a lot of people are having trouble with that. And the D-pad you can actually use to walk. So with the Nintendo Switch, there's no notches on the controller like D-pad, or on the joystick. It's like a free moving joystick. When the original Nintendo 64 controller had notches, so you could hold like perfectly right, and Mario would move perfectly right. And so people are having trouble like doing specific glitches that require you to hold like perfectly left or something. But since they found out that you could use the D-pad, you're able to hold like you're able to do frame perfect walking forward, which is a huge glitch that people weren't able to do because it's so difficult to do. And in the rules, you can't change your walk forward to a button, a digital button, because then you could easily just walk forward with no effort. So that's pretty much been banned. But now I guess it won't be, because you can just use the D-pad. But yeah.
Well, at least that's useful.
Yeah, it's
All right. Well.
Has anyone?
Awkward silence. Okay.
Yeah, update on the Cold War. They've been releasing, or they've been trying to release a lot about the zombies. And I don't know. I think it's dumb all the streamers saying like zombies reveal and stuff because we haven't gotten a reveal yet. It's just been because if you haven't found out by now, all I care about mostly is the zombies. I don't really care about the multiplayer that much. That's like the least thing I'm worried about.
Honestly, zombies is like one of the most fun game modes.
Well, yeah, that and you can do
My
that solo.
opinion.
You can't really play multiplayer solo. Kind of defeats the purpose of the name. And I have horrible internet.
Yeah.
So.
On to the next topic. Fortnite players are getting mad because of the new update that's happened with the seemingly unkillable Wolverine boss in the game.
I have
He
not-
regenerates health. He has like 300 health. And he has claws that do like 50 to 100 damage, and he's just overpowered. And he runs like super fast.
If
He runs faster than the cars in the Fortnite game.
if I played Fortnite still, because I kind of don't play it anymore. If I still played it, I would not be mad at all about Wolverine being overpowered. And this is the first time ever hearing about this. I haven't even played against him yet. You know why? Because Wolverine has he has literally in the storyline survived atomic bombs because the bomb exploded. His body ripped
listen,
apart down to one cell, and he was able to rebuild his whole body from that one cell. That's like he has regenerative powers that allow him to be basically invincible. I'm not mad at all that he's unkillable in the game, or basically.
Well, he's not like unkillable, but he's like super hard to kill because he regenerates health and all that stuff. And he runs way like 2 times the player speed. And his claws do a truck ton of damage. And he's like hard. He's so hard to find, but he can find you easily because he's in Weeping Woods. And it's just like, calm down.
Yeah.
Okay, buddy, we get it. You have claws.
Yeah. That just.
But at the
Chill
same
out, man.
time, but at the same time, if people got their hands on that mythic, it would just be overpowered. They would like dominate the game, because you can dash, you can like do a windmill, and you can just do so much stuff with the Wolverine. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's only
Yeah.
fair that he can regenerate, because
True, like
if
he can
somebody gets
regenerate
their hands on
in the
that,
building.
they're basically unstoppable.
Well, they're unstoppable. Well, they're stoppable, but not very stoppable. Also,
they have a
there's like
filter.
that you do where you jump in the air and then you press the attack button, and it like does like a tornado. Like, he like spins around with his
crazy.
claws out, and it just, oh my gosh, bro!
It's crazy. It looks so cool too.
Check DMs. It's like actually insane, man. But yeah, why don't you play Fortnite anymore?
I don't know. I mean, I mostly played with Frosty, and it was just a lot easier to communicate with him because, like, I've played with him, and I know how he is. I know his, like, not his body language, but something like that, like in the way he talks. I know how he's going to act in-game kind of deal. And sometimes he's completely sporadic. He'll just be like, no, I want that gun. And I'm like, you know, I actually opened the chest just because you got to it first or grabbed it
Oh, calm
first.
down, Jamal.
Yeah, just because you
I'll pull out the 9.
just because you grabbed it first doesn't mean it's yours. And he'll literally quit a game over it. And I'm like, fine, whatever, you can have it. Like, it's literally one game. It does not affect your life or your permanent Fortnite record in any way. Chill. But
I'm
then
usually
there-
the, I'm
but then
usually
there's
the
other-
opposite.
And then there's other times where he's like totally cool about the situation, and he is genuinely like good at the games, and that's another reason I play with him. But he plays with his other friends who are like literally 6 years old, and they're so annoying, and I've never met them, so I don't know how they act, and they're like literally screaming into their mic, "We like Fortnite! We like Fortnite! We like Fortnite!" The whole
6-year-old?
time. I'm just like, we're hopping in a duos match, and I'm never coming
6-year-olds
back.
should not. 6-year-olds should legally not be able to play video games. Like, don't we have age limits or something?
Jesus.
Is it Fortnite like 10-year-old plus or something? Why are 6-year-olds not in
I
like
have no idea.
like 10-year-olds should maybe be playing, to be honest. People that are, if you're 12 and under, you shouldn't be playing video games.
Fortnite's gonna become
If, like, if
the new Modern Warfare, where it's
you're
like
not,
the original Modern Warfare
if you're
2 or
not,
something. Those like hard.
if you're nowhere close to being 13, if you're nowhere close to being 13, or you have like a squeaker voice, or you're toxic, and you shouldn't be playing video games. Like it just shouldn't happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it depends on the video game, because some video games are actually like.
Some are made for kids, but video games like Fortnite, Call of Duty, like they can go to Minecraft, they can play some Roblox. Like I honestly don't care.
Yeah.
But when they come over to the shooter games, all the games that you're supposed to be having fun in,
Heck no, bro.
and then they, hey guys, you wanna play some squads games? I'm really good at this game. Like I'm super good at this game.
I'm really
Died
good
in
at the
2
game,
seconds
but
and then rages.
what's
I'm really good at the game.
what's the edit button? What is the button to edit?
I'm really good at this game, but like what is building?
Yeah.
Like, what is editing?
How
Because
do-
I edit my YouTube videos.
How do I place a wall? Right trigger. No, that's just making my gun go off. How do I place a wall? He's like, oh my gosh, you gotta be in
How
build
do
mode.
I break the trees and get the food like Minecraft? Or how do I do the parkour like Roblox? Or do the parkour like Roblox? Or the parkour like Roblox?
Yeah, basically.
What
Dude,
does this one do?
dude, I grew up. I grew up on Roblox. That was my jam when growing up. I played that so much.
Oh my gosh, I remember me and my friend used to play Roblox on Xbox, and there was this one kid that used to play with us, and we tried to bully us, but we wouldn't let it happen, and we would just destroy his hopes and dreams.
Oh my gosh. Speaking of annoying children, I've got this Yoshi that's been sitting and crying. I've taken him on walkies. I've done everything. I've done hop skipping. I've tried to force food down his throat, and he just keeps crying. Shut up.
Why?
He won't. Food won't calm him. Walkies. I'm gonna throw him. Hold on. Oh my gosh! I launched him into the ocean. So he's swimming, so he doesn't have time to cry.
hold on. Listen. Walkies is a great thing. I don't know where you came up with that, but that is great.
Well, I didn't
You
come
can't
up with
cry
it.
if he's surrounded in water.
It's always like it's always been a thing I say with my cat when I take him on for a walk. I go like, let's go for walkies, but he doesn't like being on a leash, so he just like flops over. But Simple Flips, a streamer I really like on YouTube, he plays Mario games, and he does a series called Walkies, which he plays Super Mario Maker 2, and he's only allowed to walk. He plays multiplayer, and he's only able to walk, and he's trying to win as many games as possible and try to make it to S rank, which I think is like the highest rank. And yeah, he calls it walkies. But yeah,
Dang.
shout outs to Simple Flips. He's literally my favorite streamer. I've been watching him for so long.
That's crazy.
Do you think we can get him on the podcast one day?
I wish, dude. That would be so awesome, but he's much too popular for that. He's
Yeah.
actually
Simple Flips.
he was streaming on Twitch, but then he got a contract to stream with Facebook, and then because he took that and was streaming at Facebook and Twitch and was uploading like stream VODs to YouTube, Twitch got onto him and terminated his like Twitch partnership with them, and then eventually he has told Facebook multiple times that he didn't like the HUD or he didn't like the streaming aspect of Facebook. They needed to fix it. It wasn't as good, and he didn't like telling his viewers where to find him streaming on Facebook because it just wasn't very good. And you don't want to send your viewers to a place where you stream if it's not very good. And eventually, whenever it came up to renew his contract, he didn't renew it, and now he streams on I think he also streams on Twitch, but I don't know if he can like get money or whatever because he's not a Twitch partner anymore. But he streams on YouTube now, and it's just like the classical stuff, and it's really good.
Do you know his Twitter?
It's GLC Simple Flips, I believe.
Yeah, I have it. CLG.
Yeah, something like that.
All right.
And he's also, he I don't want to comment on his personal life too much because I don't know at all. But he's getting married if he isn't already. So that's awesome.
That's good.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Marriage is always a good thing as long as you're with the
Yeah.
person you love.
Yeah, as long as it's not a toxic, it's not gonna end up as a toxic relationship.
Nah. I think when the
Or-
viewers found out
yeah.
that when they were taking it to the next level, I feel like we were all generally happy. We've seen them together. That because they both like playing Mario 64, or at least she did in the past. I don't know if she does anymore, but she also she paints the wall behind him, so his logo is like a drippy star, like a graffiti star, and she painted one behind him for when he streams, and it looks really cool. But enough about
That's
enough
cool.
about my favorite streamer. About us now.
Oh, I just DM'd him on Twitter. Hopefully, we can get something going. We'll see what happens.
What did you tweet at him or something?
No, I DM'd him.
Oh my gosh! You've got to send me a picture of that or
Yo,
something.
imagine he replies.
If he does, I will literally
so
scream. Like he has replied to one of my tweets before. I basically donated in his chat because I
Really?
ordered one of his merch things. It was a pillow, and I expected it to come already, and it's been over a month since I ordered it, and I keep checking my order and it keeps just saying it hasn't been shipped. So I was freaking out that either the thing got canceled because of the plague, or if I have no idea, or if my order got lost. So I donated, which it wasn't like I was expecting to get my money back. I was happy to do it. I've watched him for so long, and the most I've ever been able to give him is I've bought 2 things from him, and I just give him my viewership. So I was happy to do it for him. And he basically said this isn't the best place to ask questions, and I felt really bad, which I don't think he meant for it to sound mean, and not that it really did. It was just a little weird because he was like, this isn't really the best question or best place to ask questions because I'm in Discord talking with people and I have to talk with them. I can't just go deaf for a while. But I mean, it wasn't just me. He also had to shout out everyone who donated and everything. But I tweeted at him the day after. I was like, sorry, I asked you a question. I didn't realize it would be a bad time to do it. And he was like, no, it's okay. It's just he was like, I had to do it anyway because I had to shout out all the people who had donated, and I just got behind on doing that. So, and some big YouTubers, which I mean, I think he's definitely big YouTuber material, but he definitely isn't huge on YouTube. I don't even he doesn't have 1 million on YouTube, but he's definitely he definitely deserves millions of subscribers. He's really good at what he does, and he puts time and effort into the videos he makes. And he's so fun, and he's very in with his community. He doesn't just make videos for the people. He makes videos with the people, sort of thing. I mean, doesn't make videos with people, but you know what I mean. He doesn't just make them just for you to watch him and be done with it. He does competitions and stuff where people submit levels and he plays them and stuff like that. And there's cash prizes. He doesn't make you pay to have your thing shown on stream. And he's always shouting at people. He's really great.
So it's I give to you and you give to him, that type of thing, right?
I'm not sure what you mean by that.
Well, he gives you the opportunity of whatever he's doing, right? And then you take the opportunity and you make what's the best out of it. That's what I meant.
I have no idea.
He's thanking his fan base.
Oh yeah, he's good at doing
for,
that.
and he's thanking his fan base, right?
Yeah, he does all that. He's always thanked us for, I wouldn't say us, but he does thank his fan base for a lot of his success. He doesn't he doesn't say like, "Oh, I deserve it because I mean it's me." I mean, he has definitely said those like exact words, but he's just joking around. He's a really good guy. And he's really genuine about
Like
his
he's
stuff.
not one of those self-centered ones.
Oh yeah, no.
He's
no,
not like
no.
one of those self-centered.
And not one of those like cocky kind of guys that's like, huh, look at my money, I'm so rich. You
No,
guys
yeah,
will
no,
never be like
he's-
me, peasant.
He's definitely not like that. But yeah. Yeah. So on to a different topic, I guess.
He has 235,000 on YouTube.
Yeah.
Man's doing great for himself.
Yeah, he is. And with the Facebook partnership, he was like making a lot more money, so he could like pay his editors better and do a lot better for like the people who work for him, and it was just like a really good opportunity for him. So it sucks that he had to like give it up.
Yeah.
But on to something else, I guess. What's the next topic, guys?
Did anyone have anything in mind?
I got other stuff if you all can't think of anything.
Oh, what's your opinion on the PS5 coming out and the new Xbox?
I think it
I
looks
have
like
no
an open-
opinion because I'm not going to support either of them.
I think it looks like an opened white binder.
Yeah.
I think it
Like one
looks
of
like
those
my
school
Wi-Fi
buddies.
router in my mini fridge. Perfect, man. I'm gonna have the god gaming setup. What do you think about it, Adri?
Actually, I don't know. Honestly, I feel like I would get either one, depending on the games that it has and also the quality.
AG's acting sus. He was definitely
Yeah,
he's
I feel
definitely
you on
being
that.
paid by Sony.
I'm voting AG. Vote AG. AG sus. AG sus. Listen. When we were in the school, I saw him vent to the girls' bathroom. I promise.
Dude, you can't be doing that, AG. Vote him off. Kill him.
Whoa.
Vote him
Wow,
off, vote
why'd
him
you
off.
have to expose me like that?
Because, bro, I'm not the imposter. I know I'm red, but red not sus. So I saw you vent to the girls' bathroom.
Wait,
Yeah, we
how
don't
did,
gotta
hold
speak
on, hold
about
on,
that.
hold on, hold on.
Speaking
How
of
did you-
that,
hold on.
Among Us.
No. I think we're missing a big detail here. How did you see him come out of the vent if he came out in the girl's bathroom? You would have to be in the
Oh,
girls' bathroom
yeah.
in general to see
Yeah,
him
how'd
come
you
out of.
see me? You weirdo.
I have to go water my pet goldfish at the parking lot.
Oh yeah, the best place to keep your pet goldfish for watering. The parking lot.
Yeah.
Kill him, boys. Let's get him.
Best place. 10 out of 10.
But
Yeah.
have y'all heard about
It's
the
ejected.
what? Sorry.
Speaking of all this Among Us talk, how do you guys feel about the recent hype around Among Us, and how do you guys feel about the game in general?
I love the game.
Me
It's super
personally, I
fun.
think it's a really fun game to play with your friends.
Yeah, I think it's really fun. I
It's
recently,
all gun and things.
I recently started playing
until you
on
get-
like Discord servers, so I've been able to actually talk with people. Because before, the way I would play with Frosty, and we have each other's phone numbers, so I would just call him, and I wouldn't call him like every meeting. I would just call him, and we would stay on the phone the entire time, and it would like if we were playing with, I wouldn't say real people, but if we were playing like on a Discord server or playing in like if it had game statistics or something like that mattered, I obviously wouldn't do that because it's clearly cheating. But yeah, because nothing matters, I would just be like, blue just killed me. Yeah, vote blue. And then he'd be like, emergency meeting. I swear blue killed someone, and then we just win. Or sometimes like, because like one of us could be imposter and the other one wouldn't, so we'd have to like outplay each other. But it's really fun. But I've actually been able to play with Discord where you like mute yourself every time the meetings are over, and it's been a lot more fun.
Yeah.
But the garbage thing is my PC, I just can't just move that around in my room like I can. And I play it on my phone because my internet's garbage, so I have to use my cellular data. So I set it right next to my record player, and I get like okay signal there, but I can't connect to North American servers. I can only connect really well to Asian servers, and even then, sometimes I get kicked. But I was getting kicked like
Asia servers are so
I
good.
was getting kicked from every North American server, and it wasn't like sometimes I'll get kicked immediately or I won't even be able to join. That one I was getting kicked in the middle of a game. Like I literally got imposter one time. I was hanging out with my imposter brother, and then just I got kicked, and it's like
Yeah.
you're in this all on your own, and I'm like. And this was right
So,
after
like-
my procedure, basically, like only a few hours of nap, and I was like, I just want to play some Among Us and chill, and I wasn't able to, and it was making me so mad. And it's just like
Among Us and chill.
Among Us just needs better servers, in my opinion. They need a more range. 'Cause
No,
they have
I mean,
North
like,
America,
listen.
Asia, and Europe. Those are your three options.
Listen.
Like,
Listen.
their game has so much potential, but they're working on it, right?
Yeah.
But like
Also,
it's
like,
just, they need to
controller
like
support.
work on it faster.
Yeah, if they had
Listen,
like controller
hold
support,
on.
I could play with
Wait.
it on my phone from like
Think
further
about
away.
this.
Yeah.
Oh, you have to think about this. You have to think about it like this. They have mobile and PC, which is like the two most popular gaming platforms to play on. They have them all in the same exact servers.
Yeah.
It's a mobile / PC game, so it's running mobile. It's running the same stuff that you can run on mobile on PC. There's so many people combined playing the game. They're like it's a brand new game. They don't even have other servers besides Asia, Europe, and North America. Like you have to think about the things like this game barely came out, but billions of people are playing it right now,
Barely came
and
out.
like
What do you mean by that?
billions. Like it came out kind of recently.
No, it came out
In, like,
2017.
There's already like. You're joking?
It came out in 2017.
Oh well, it got hyped.
Oh yeah, it
Mm,
just
well,
got random hype. But
you're-
I'm so glad because honestly, like controversial opinion, I don't really like Fall Guys that much. It looks too like cute or something. I don't know. I'm just not a big fan
Oh
of it. I mean, it's okay.
Like too
No,
kitty?
think about this.
I just don't like it.
As soon as Among Us got its hype, all the hype that was surfaced around Fall Guys
Went immediately down.
disappeared.
Yeah, and I'm hoping Fall
It
Guys,
never
or I'm
happened.
hoping Among Us won't suffer the same fate because Fall Guys was in for like a month and then it was suddenly Among Us, and now it's pretty much just Among Us. Fall Guys is still pretty high up there. Like I still see some YouTubers who do Among Us. They also do
Kind
Fall
of,
Guys,
it's kind of hyped up,
but now
but it's not as
pretty
hyped
much-
up as it would.
Yeah, it's pretty much just Among Us now, and I'm hoping because I genuinely really like Among Us, and that's another thing. Like Fortnite, I like Fortnite as a game. It's pretty fun, but it's unbearable to watch people play. If I'm watching a streamer or a YouTuber play it, I just can't. It's mind-numbingly annoying. Very similar to Fall Guys, but Among Us, it's actually a lot more engaging because like you only hear that person's perspective and then you hear the other people talking once you call a meeting and you get to watch their like who is it, this guy or is it that guy, or I've got to plan a double kill with this guy or something like that. It's a lot more fun and more engaging to watch than watching Fortnite.
Yeah.
It's a lot more self-involved.
Yeah, I definitely
Like you can just do stuff.
Also, Among Us came out June 15th, 2018.
okay, yeah.
Wow.
I wasn't sure if
And
it
it's
was
just
17.
randomly getting hyped.
Yeah, just skyrocketed.
But
It's amazing how it hasn't expanded to other servers.
exactly.
It's actually
Like
I
as
think,
soon as
number
it
one.
started getting
I think it's number one on
randomly
Twitch right now.
2 years later.
Really?
Yeah,
I
it's
think-
higher than Fortnite, it's higher than COD. Like I'm pretty sure if people were streaming Cold War right now, it would be higher because it's just Among Us.
I think
You know?
second place. I think second place is League of Legends, which is crazy because League of Legends is old and it's still
No,
kicking that hard.
No, second place is in League of Legends. Second is Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, like the alpha.
Oh.
Cold War is
Oh,
second.
okay, yeah. The
Among
video,
Us,
the
Among
video
Us
I
is
watched that said League of Legends was second was like a few weeks ago, I think, or something. It was before Cold War
and
had
third
the
right now. Third right now is actually just chatting streamers. Just chatting streams are third right now. But Among Us is a pretty cool lead with 316.k live views right, 0.2k live views right now.
Jeez.
like Minecraft is at. It just hit 315,000 live views right now. Like these.
Oh yeah,
Bro.
what did you
Oh?
real quick before I talk about my next one, what did you DM Simple Flips?
Something, just something, something
Okay.
light, something cool, something.
Okay,
Something light.
I'm gonna say this.
No, not
Everyone,
Be quiet.
everyone, try to get Simple Flips on the podcast. I doubt he's gonna do it because we're not that big. I doubt he's gonna do it. But and don't like spam him if he tells you guys to stop, or if he gets annoyed, or if you're just being annoying. Stop. Don't annoy the guy. But in a peaceful way,
like
try
try
to get him on
to
the podcast.
help get on the podcast. Like it would be a really cool thing to have him on the podcast. He's Blacksmith's favorite streamer. It would be fun to have
It
Blacksmith
is.
fangirl the whole time.
I would legitimately be fangirling the whole time. I would be so happy.
Yeah. He would be fangirl. He wouldn't even be able to do the intro. He would be like,
Oh, I'd be like, Simple Flips, you do the intro. You're a lot better at this thing
Simple
than me.
Flips.
But yeah, I mean,
yeah,
another thing is I
what-
finally have someone to talk to about Mario because no one else here plays it.
I played Mario, but just I don't play it recently
That's
because
what
I
I'm
don't have
talking
anything
about.
to play it on. I used to play it on my Wii U and
Yeah,
built different.
I play it like
The first time I think I played Mario was the Game Boy.
yeah. But yeah, next topic. Have y'all heard about the new? It just released kind of like the Mario 3D All Stars. It was Roller Coaster Tycoon 3. Y'all heard about that?
Not at all.
Okay, so Roller
Not
Coaster.
at all.
I actually haven't heard of it.
The Roller Coaster Tycoon game came out a long time ago, and I have it. I've had it for a while now. But you could get it on Steam. It was like the original, and it was okay. But I mean, it doesn't have as good of graphics. Hold on. Let's take a drink. But it like doesn't have as good of graphics, and I kind of like that. I kind of like a game to have somewhat good graphics. It was like really bad, and it was really difficult, you couldn't do much. It was just there was so many limitations with it that I didn't like, and you could not get, or as far as I know, you couldn't get Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 anywhere. It was literally on Steam, but it wasn't purchasable. Like the most you could do was just add it to your wish list. I think that was about it. You couldn't actually purchase it, and it made me so mad. I was like, I just want it so bad. But then they announced that they're going to be releasing it for Switch. So I got all excited thinking I'm about to get this for Switch. And then when doing a little more research, I saw it came out on PC, or it is also coming out on PC. So, and it's scheduled for just September 24th, which as of recording this, that was yesterday. Which is the same day that the Serious Sam 4, the newest Serious Sam game came out. So, and I had already pre-ordered that like back in August for my dad, because me and him both love the Serious Sam games, and I was like, ooh, because I'm gonna want to start the download on my game, but I'm also gonna want to start the download on his game. I completely forgot about both games, so during the day, I was like, I bought the Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 game on my PC, and I was like, it's a lot smaller of a game, so I'll download that one during the day, and the other game during the night, because it's got to take a lot more power to download it. Literally, the game said 30 minutes, and it got done downloading in like 10. So I already have it. I just haven't played it yet.
Yeah.
But I'm expecting it to be so fun. I grew up watching that game so much, and I've never been able to play it. So really, really hyped about it.
Well, that's nice to hear. What have you guys been like doing recently? Like, anyone been trying to go pro or anything? Anyone been trying to dabble outside of their expertise?
Actually, no.
100%.
I've been expanding my Guitar Hero a little bit. So before, I was only able to play Guitar Hero Aerosmith on the Wii, and I've had Clone Hero, which is like the newest. It's not a Guitar Hero game necessarily. It's a fan-made Guitar Hero game, but it's like really popular, and I'm sure it's really increased the Guitar Hero fan base because you can easily get it on your PC. It's free, and you can download songs onto it, like your favorite Guitar Hero songs or just random songs. People will make the most random meme crap and make it into a I don't know exactly what it's called, but like make it a song chart where you can play it on the game, and it's just a really cool.
Oh my gosh!
Really cool
Listen,
community.
I remember it was like a year or a few or like a lot of months ago. I watched this video, and this dude thought he was playing sicko mode. He was playing like a sus version of sicko mode on Guitar Hero, and he didn't even know this. And he hit like every note perfectly, like it was planned. Like it was like.
Yeah,
Yo, I watched the same video and that was so funny.
I don't know exactly who you're talking about.
Yeah.
But
It,
I'm sure it was a Psy. He plays Sicko Mode. That's like one of his. That's one song that his viewers try to get him to play. Like he booted up his PS4, I think, and he was like, "Oh yeah, this is definitely a regular version of Beatles Rock Band, totally normal." And he had like this weird like child guitar hooked up to the system, and he played Sicko Mode. But it was like the Beatles. I mean, it was the regular Sicko Mode, but it looked like the Beatles were playing and singing it, and he was playing it on the kid guitar. He didn't FC it, but it was really funny. But he plays Sicko Mode a lot, I think.
Well, well, you guys know me. I'm a content creator. I make content. I post on YouTube. I stream on Twitch. All that stuff. But as a content creator, I don't play a lot of like competitive games, like such as Fortnite Arena and stuff like that. So I've been trying to get more into that with my trio and playing solo as well. It's like I've just been trying to get more into the competitive scene, just in case content creation doesn't work out for me.
Yeah.
And I want to be good.
Or
Like I've been playing trios with Adrian and another
maybe you'll
friend.
be able to combine it and do competitive for content creation.
True.
I was gonna do that today actually, but the video got canceled. But I was gonna do a video with Adri and another person, Bat Ninja, Misty Bat Ninja, Misty Pablo, and then I'm gonna do an arena trio video. Arena trios, but then that video I got scrapped, and then I switched to making a Minecraft video. I have to edit that later. Yay!
Oh, okay. I've got something fun to say, real quick. So
About an hour.
Frosty and I, he was talking about Minecraft on his Xbox 360, which he doesn't have internet, so he can't update it. So he was like, "What version am I on?" Because he can't figure out how to find out what version he's on. So he was like telling me the things he's in, and he's like, "What was that one object that like puts things in a chest but like collect at the top?" I'm like, "You talk about a hopper?" And he's like, "Yeah, I can't find those." And so I told him how to find it. It wasn't there. So I'm like, "Okay, so you're in a version before hoppers." I'm like, "Is the end dimension in your game? And like, is there a health bar or like a hunger bar?" And he said, "Yeah, there's the end dimension and there's a hunger bar." So I'm like, "Okay, so you're on Java version 1 most likely." So it's like, I'll download that on my computer, and why don't we like kind of play against each other? You start a new world on your Xbox, I'll start a new game on my PC, and we'll kind of like race to see who can be the first or get the furthest first or something. And he was like, "Oh yeah, that sounds like fun" or something. And then he kept ditching me, or not like ditching me, but like he kept like, "Oh no, I'm playing it on my phone, which on his phone was the newest version. So I'm like, "Fine, I'll download the newest version and I'll download that on my computer, and then we can race it." And he was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, that'll be a lot more fun." I'm like, "I'm just saying I'm gonna win if it's the newest version." He's like, "There's no way you know that. Like, it's because we're both starting a new world, so there's no way you'd know." Literally within the first like 20 minutes, or not even. It was like 10 to 15 minutes. I was already in the Nether. He was still dying over and over trying to find a village. He hadn't even started, basically. And I was already in the Nether collecting gold. And I made myself some gold pants, 2 buckets, and iron boots. And then I headed back to my house. And I found a village literally like 100 feet behind my house. And he was still looking for a village. And then he kept begging me to tell him how I got to the nether so fast. He's like, how do you have diamonds? I'm like, I don't have diamonds. He's like, then how did you break obsidian? I'm like, I didn't break obsidian. He's like, how did you do it? How did you do it? I'm like, just think about it. You know how obsidian works. He was playing Skyblock before we started playing, and he turned his lava source block into obsidian by hitting it with water. And I'm like, put it together, Frosty. How is it possible that I could have put obsidian into a portal frame without breaking any? He's like, I don't know. I'm like, oh my gosh, are you stupid? So I just told him because he was begging me and he was going to quit if I didn't tell him. And he's like, oh, that works? I'm like, yes, you've done it before. Dude, come on. This is one of the oldest speedrunning tricks in the book when it comes to Minecraft. Ever since nether portals have been a thing, people have been doing that. And so he eventually tries it, but I found a lava pool just outside. He couldn't find one, so he was going down into the mine and was finding like the one where it's like one lava block just in the wall, not like a pool. And he kept bringing those up, but he kept dying in it, and then he'd die in it and lose all his stuff, and then he just ended up quitting. And I'm like, this is why I don't like doing competitions with you, because I like doing challenges like that, like so you can beat Minecrafters or stuff like that against each other. But he always flakes out or like quits because he knows I'm better at it. And I'm like, now you know how, because he is better at me in Fortnite most of the time. There's sometimes where I'll sweat on him a little bit, but most of the time he's a lot better at me, and that's what he likes to do. I'm like, now you know what it feels like when I play against you in like Call of Duty and I just destroy you, because I've been playing that game since before you were born, and I'm a lot better at it than you. That's why I like doing it. And it's just so annoying that he doesn't. He like it's like his attention span or something isn't long enough for him to tolerate being sweated on or something. It's like, just chill and just keep playing. It's not fun if I just get the win by default.
Or like he doesn't, or he.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Or like he doesn't like I'm not saying this, but like another thing could be like he's a sore loser. So, like he doesn't like to lose, so
Yeah, no,
he leaves.
he did like the thing with him from my personal experience, if something doesn't go his way, then he likes to give up / quit.
Yeah.
But when it's going his way, he wants to continue, even if it's going really bad for other people.
Yeah.
Such as the podcast, he left the Discord server.
Oh, he left? Or
Yeah, he left the Discord server and he was spam calling me the whole time we're recording.
I'm in the wrong server.
Yeah, he left the Discord server and he's been spam calling me the whole time.
Yeah, no. So, I guess I wasn't gonna
Like,
I wasn't gonna turn this into talking trash on him, and I'm not going to. But yeah, I don't. Just a heads up, guys. I don't think Frosty is gonna become a part. I think we said in like the second or third episode that he was gonna become a permanent like partner or whatever with the chat, but he's been way too toxic in the chat for us to do that. So he's just gonna be Shadow now.
He's called me. During this podcast that we've been recording, he has called me 11 times in a row.
Jeez. And
Nice.
he has not called me once because he actually has my phone number. Could actually just text me instead of doing anything else, and he's not done any of that. So yeah.
And he has called me 11 times.
He probably just calls you because he thinks that like you're one of the owners and that you'll pick up and stuff.
Yeah, he
He is the owner. He's the owner of the podcast.
I'm the owner. Like, I literally... He showed up in the middle of the podcast, and I said, yeah, no, he was muted, luckily. So I perma-muted him, perma-deafened him, and moved him to the AFK voice chat so he would not disrupt us. And then I guess he left because he was tired of it. But,
Oh, so that's why I heard him. That's why I heard a join sound.
yeah.
Because in the middle of when we were talking, I heard like the join sound, but I didn't say anything because nobody was talking about it.
No, we just knew because I have my Discord app.
Does anyone have anything last to add?
I think I'm good.
Right now would be a good time to end the 4th episode of the Icebreaker podcast.
Yeah, as Reaper slowly walks down into the cave and we slowly can't hear him more and more. Okay, well,
I told you the other day.
I guess,
I think it would be a great time
Well,
An episode.
well, guys, that was the 4th episode of the Icebreakers podcast. Reese's Pieces.
Reese's Pieces. I love it.